The Ninjago community, a place that can sometimes be really nice, it can also be a lot of fun. In fact, I've also made a video talking about how good it really can be in the past. I know I've certainly met some great friends here. Don't let that fool you though. There can also be some extremely bad times, and there is a much worse side of the Ninjago community that isn't talked about too much, which is what we are going to be talking about in today's video. Today, we're going to be diving deeper into the hidden side of the Ninjago community, the side that isn't really talked about all that much. Stay tuned as we have a lot to talk about. Please also keep in mind that I'm not trying to cause any drama with this video. I'm simply just voicing my own opinion and my own problems I have personally with the Ninjago community. So I think to start off today's video, we should really talk about the drama that's been surfacing recently, and this has mainly been happening over on Twitter, so do keep that in mind. The very beginning of this drama this time came from a user that I will not be naming here. Basically, he said this. He made a simple tweet saying that these are the Ninjago ships he supports, which is completely acceptable, or is it? Not long after, a few people that support LGBT Ninjago ships got really mad at this guy and essentially just labelled him as homophobic just because he doesn't personally like the gay Ninjago ships. This soon spiralled completely out of control and it turned into a massive thing, and it all broke off into many different problems that all caused ridiculous amounts of drama on Twitter. I don't even think I have to explain to you guys why this is wrong. Just because one guy doesn't personally enjoy the gay Ninjago ships, that does not make him homophobic in the slightest. It means he has an opinion. Wow, such a big deal, right? The sad part is, it is a big deal in this community. People get offended at the simplest, most innocent things, and that's something that certain people seriously do need to overcome, as it is pretty embarrassing to the Ninjago community as a whole that you can't just handle one simple opinion. And the fact that they then throw around the term homophobic in situations like this is mind-blowing to me, honestly. The worst part is, that isn't even the worst part about it. This then led to a few people going out of their way to attack straight members of the community. I don't even need to tell you all why this is so wrong. If a straight person acted like this towards a gay member of the community, it'd be a huge deal. But when it's the other way around, it just isn't. And looking at it from a general perspective, it's that kind of behaviour that gives the LGBT community a bad rep in some cases, and that's just me being completely honest here. That's really all I have to say about the most recent drama that the Ninjago community is currently going through. Next, I think it's only fair we discuss a not quite a serious topic, but still an extremely annoying part of the community. And that is hatred of other media. What exactly do I mean by this? Well, unfortunately, a very common trend within this community is unnecessarily attacking any other shows. This even goes for other LEGO shows such as Monkey Kid. Believe me, when that was revealed officially, certain people in the community really did dislike it, as they just immediately saw it as competition to Ninjago, which is extremely pointless as it's always good to have competition. It only means that the sets will get better for both, along with the actual story, as both themes will be fighting to be better than one another, and that is also something that's needed in order to maintain a very good LEGO theme. And that's also what happened in the past with other LEGO IPs, such as Nexo Knight, Chima. Another clear instance of hating on other media is anime. A lot of the Ninjago community, for the most part, for whatever reason, has something against anime, which I find to be really, really irritating. There's always some competition between which is better, Ninjago or basically any anime. At the end of the day, two can't really be compared. One is a LEGO show intended for children and to sell toys, and the other is intended for a much older audience for the most part. There just isn't really any correlation there, and that is where the toxicity begins. Tommy Andreasen harassers are something else I'd like to briefly touch on. Some people ask Tommy very nice, respectable questions, but some other times, it goes way too far, and people can even just become just unnecessarily rude. Remember that these people literally have lives of their own, they don't have time to respond to every single question you ask, and being just rude to them while you do it and when they don't answer, I mean, why would they even want to answer? This kind of thing gets on my nerves. It's just a blatant lack of respect, and in my opinion, the plain ignorance towards the creators should definitely stop. Another point I really want to make and talk about: episode re-uploading and stealing off of each other. This can be a huge issue within the community, more specifically the community over on YouTube. What usually happens is that someone screen records an episode early, that person then uploads it onto their YouTube channel, and everyone can then enjoy the episode early. It seems great, right? But what then happens straight after this is that another person comes along, takes the episode, slaps their watermark over the whole thing, and claims it as their own. At first, this may seem like a petty thing, and I'll admit that it kind of is, but this can completely spiral out of control sometimes, and even cause heated arguments around the community. One massive culprit of this is, well, you guessed it, Albrick Studios. This guy constantly re-uploads episodes, and used to claim it as his own, I think. He then gains a ton of views and subscribers from it, which stops him from being completely irrelevant in the community, but he's still very irrelevant, let's be real. But that guy is a story for another time. Point is, people seriously should stop taking credit for something that isn't even theirs, and it is honestly a shame that people gain a decently large following just from this. With that being said, I think I've just about managed to sum up the main issues with the Ninjago community. This stuff really does need to stop, as it's just really bad overall, and the community could be such a better place without it. I do apologise if this video was quite negative. It had to be said at some point though, and with all the community drama going on right now, I felt as though this was the best time to release it. Hopefully you enjoyed it nonetheless though. If you did enjoy and if you agreed with the things I've mentioned, drop a like on it. If you didn't like it, drop a dislike. That's what it's there for. Be sure to also leave your thoughts on all of this in the comments. I'm interested to hear what you all have to say about it, but do remember to keep it civil. Anyways, with all of this finally being said, I will see you all in my next one.